So we are stuck on the side of the road. Everything that you don't want to have happen happens when you're out on the highway. And you're probably wondering, why are you stuck, Jeff? Well, we don't actually know. We're driving down 70 miles an hour, and all of a sudden we got a message in the dash: engine shutting down, please pull over safely. And everything shut down, got pulled over nice and safe. Wants to start, but it's getting no fuel. So that's a problem. So anyway, long story short, I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking we've got a low fuel sensor or something like that. Fuel filters, they're not scheduled to be replaced, but it could be something as simple as that, but I wouldn't think it would shut it down. They would normally give you a little warning and say, hey, change your fuel filter. I don't know. But hood's up, I'm pulled over. And let me tell you the other nightmare we've been through. So I called the insurance company. I'm going to set this down. Called the insurance company and said, yeah, we can get a tow truck out there. So I got something solved for my truck, but they'll only tow it 20 miles. Well, I need to go 32 miles, so we got to pay extra for that. No big deal. We'll take care of that. But they have no way of towing the rig. Now, what's funny is I have insurance to tow my rig, but they have no method in doing so. So I called an RV dealer and asked them, did they have any transport companies? Sure enough, they had 3 or 4. I called them. They vary widely in their price. One guy couldn't get here for 2 hours. He was $250. The other guy is $320, but he could be here in 30 minutes. So he's on the way. So insurance said they'd cover that. So we'll see how much of that they're going to cover. But I've been here now 2.5 hours on the phone trying to figure out and coordinate. And that has been one hell of a day. So you've got to have a thick skin, guys, if you're going to be RVers. This kind of stuff happens from time to time, and there's nothing you can do about it. Computer shut down on this truck, so I can't fix that on the side of the road, sadly. There's a lot of things I can fix, but that's not one of them. So here we are, waiting for 2 tow trucks. Well, 1 tow truck and 1 dually truck with a 5th wheel hitch mounted in it. And we're going to have to obviously pull the truck forward and get it off of the rig so we can pull that away. So that's where we are. So we'll update you when one of the trucks gets here, and you can see that in process. There's always something in the RV life. Okay, we got the truck disconnected from the rig.
And good old Jake.
All good?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Say hi to people.
Hello.
There she is. Now, we got this.
Okay. Mojo's hooked up to a foreign truck. There she goes. And I gotta wait here because the first tow truck company canceled for no apparent reason, so I had to call the insurance company back so they could bring another tow truck company. Even had emergency road service stop by, the Road Ranger of Florida. Finally got a tow truck. That's one way to do it. Now we're rolling. Boy, she barely fits on there. I've been waiting here all damn day. Alright guys, we're in the truck and this is Gene, our driver. He's taking me and Natasha down to Palm Bay Ford and hopefully be the end of a very long day. Okay, we're at the Ford dealership. I personally thought he had to go back left road. Let's see what he does. I hope this is coming up. It's getting kind of dark. Just like that. Okay, there you have it. We pulled over on the side of the road at 10:57, I believe it was. Yeah, something like that, just before 11. And finally got the truck picked up and dropped off at the dealership. It was right around 5:20. So it was a long day out on the side of the highway. Now, the RV, as you saw, got pulled away, and that was a nightmare, finding somebody to do that and where to take it and all that kind of stuff. My friend Tony, who's got a bunch of property, was kind enough to let us park it right here, so we're boondocking here. Unfortunately, we didn't prepare to boondock. We were going from one RV park to the other, so my water tanks are all empty. Well, we got here, we had no water. So this morning, actually, I'm in the same clothes because yes, we had no water, I couldn't shower, couldn't do any of that, so it's been a nightmare. So I had to run 600 feet of hose from his house to my rig, filled up to our fresh water tank, and now we got water, and I can't wait to take a shower. In addition to that, a couple tips. The reason I was sitting on the side of the road so long is Geico, our insurance company, called the tow truck company, and they were supposed to be there within the hour. While they were on the way there, they reread the instructions and saw that it was a Ford F450 and canceled last minute. Said that their truck can't pick up a truck my size, and I didn't know there was a restriction on picking up a F450 with a regular tow truck, but apparently a standard tow truck is only so wide, and the axle on the front of a F450 is wider and it won't fit on there, so they canceled. So Geico called me back and said, hey, we're going to find another tow truck operator for you, and they did, and I says make sure they know it's a F450 so they get wide enough. So they assured me they did. Well, I waited another hour, and then I got a notification on my phone that that one canceled. I was like, what are you guys doing? So I called the back, and they says, yep, they canceled. They said it won't fit on their truck. I said, did you guys not verify this when you booked them? He says, yes, we did, but I don't know what happened. We apologize. So they call a third company. So a third company says, yeah, we can be there, but it's going to be 2 to 2.5 hours before we can get there. I was like, are you kidding me? So anyway, I asked them, I said, can I find a local company and just bill you guys? They said, no, we have to go through us for the car. So they called me back and said they found a third company and that they would go ahead and be there, but it's 2.5 hours. And about an hour and a half into it, they called and said that company canceled, said they had a breakdown, they weren't going to be able to make it. So they called a fourth company, and a fourth company had to come from an hour and a half away, and I had to wait for them. So the fourth company finally did show up, and that's the one you just saw here, and picked up my truck, and as you see the rest, we got it delivered to the dealership. Now, what's wrong with my truck? Well, I don't really know. I know it's a fuel problem. Don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's going to be the low pressure fuel pump on the rig, which is kind of underneath the carriage, and basically it takes the, well, I don't know exactly what it does, but my guess is, because I'm not positive of this, but my guess is after the high pressure fuel pump sucks the fuel all the way up, pushes it down in the injectors, the excess fuel goes through the rods, if you not the rods, but the tubes, the injection tubes, and then goes back through the low pressure fuel pump and goes back to the tank or circulates back through the system. At any rate, I know that's supposed to be somewhere between 1900 and 2000 psi, and if that pressure drops, you don't have enough pressure to cycle the system, and that could trigger the engine to shut itself down, which it did do. So that's my guess of what's happened, but I'm not positive. I don't have one of those little thingamabobs that you can plug into the under the dash and it'll tell you what the error code is. I don't have that, so I don't really know what's wrong. But that's my guess of what's happening from just deductive thinking. So we'll see what it is when they open up on Monday. So we're stuck here for a couple of days over the weekend. And fortunately, I've got a friend in the area, so I was able to call him up and park on his property. There are really no boondocking areas in the area, which we tried to find. So these things happen. And if you're going to RV, you just got to expect this kind of shit's going to ruin your day. And you just got to roll with it. I got to say, with everything that's going on with the rig being broken and the frames messed up, and you know, I had a conversation with Grand Design, and I'm not sure I should be calling it a frame flex anymore, because They describe frame flex another way, and I said, so what should I call it when I have the kingpin that's rocking this way and it's basically snapping its way or pulling its way out of the frame? And they didn't give me an answer what that's really called, but we all know once metal fatigues after it's going back and forth a bit, it'll snap and it'll break, and that's going to be what happens. But anyway, I don't know what's going on there. I'm waiting to hear back from them. It's because of the holidays. They hadn't gotten back to me yet, but they promise they will. So I'll give you guys updates as these things happen, and I'll let you know what's happened with Natasha as I find out from the dealership. I got to go over there Monday morning early and figure all that out as well. So until then, I guess I say make it a great bucket list day. Oh, before we forget, don't forget to hit the little like, subscribe, and ring that little bell to let you know I'm putting out another video. So make it a great bucket list day. Thanks. Goodbye.